that we have put so much power in the office of the presidency that someday the wrong man could come along. And I wouldn't be so concerned about whether he could use these powers to perpetuate himself in office, but how he would use these powers to destroy people that disagreed with him, to pile up voters where voters don't usually pile up. There's many ways that the average person doesn't understand. For example, let's take mergers. It's becoming obvious that large businesses in some areas have to get together. Now, who has the control on this? The president, in a subtle, indirect way through the Attorney General and the Bureau affected, so that powerful businessmen have to become beholden to the president in order to see that their business is put in a position where they can compete. And this is becoming more and more a problem, frankly, with the conservative movement, is the fact that businessmen are being intimidated by the president and are moving away from historic positions.
That was Barry Goldwater in 1964, and what he was describing sounds like somebody we know very well today. Now, don't get this twisted. Barry Goldwater was not some bastion of liberalism or necessarily an ally. He kind of laid the groundwork for ideological conservatism. However, as time got on, he did become a little bit more moderate. I bring that up because even in the 1960s, he had the wherewithal, the foresight, and the imagination that someday something like what we're seeing today could happen. Our president uses his bully pulpit to hold a dangling carrot over businesses, saying if you want your merger, you got to play ball. And a lot of these corporate entities are folding because they don't want to rock the boat. When you give Trump an inch, he will take a mile because he knows he's got you. But going back to Barry Goldwater, he was the man that told Nixon, you are going to be impeached and we're going to convict you. Nixon thought he had enough votes in the Senate to keep him safe. Barry Goldwater said, you maybe have 4, you maybe have 6, but you don't have mine. And the next day, Nixon resigned. That is the difference between the Republicans back then and now. Once again, they have the power to end this today. Now, I know we all have theories and opinions of what's going to happen next year during the midterms, but just bear with me for a second. I've said it, and many people have said it, that once Trump does not benefit anybody in Congress politically, they would remove him. And obviously that doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. The farmers, the Latinos that voted for him, his support is dwindling in that sector. People that overwhelmingly voted for him. We're giving $40 billion to Argentina. He is asking for $230 million because of what the DOJ did to him in the previous 4 years. Prices are not coming down. People's lives aren't getting any better. And he's out shilling for the Nobel Peace Prize, building a ballroom, having dinners at Mar-a-Lago at $1 million a pop to buy his shitcoin. They supercharged a bill that's going to make everybody's premiums skyrocket, and sending federal agents and the military in the streets of America. Anybody from either chamber can stand up and say enough is enough. None of this is working. None of this is sustainable. The Republicans that are staying quiet, the tipping point is getting closer and closer each day. You can end this now.